My name is Shazad, but I follow the same meditational practice that Sheikh Omar Basheer brought. He was what is known as a Naqshbandi Sufi, from the Naqshbandi Sufi order. The Naqshbandi Sufi order traces its lineage back to the Prophet Muhammad through his closest companion Abu Bakr, right? So his closest companion was Abu Bakr, and the method of spiritual practice as received from the Prophet Muhammad was then brought in a succession of trustworthy persons to another trustworthy person to another trustworthy person, all the way to Sheikh Omar Basheer. So if you were to basically count, he would be the 35th or 36th person in that chain who received the spiritual practice directly from the Prophet's closest companion. This would be the inner dimensions of Islam that are not spoken about today. Today, Islam appears to be very ritualistic. You have these practices and you do this. But the reason and purpose of why we do these things have a spiritual meaning. It has a bigger spiritual purpose. Yeah? And if you like, it is to basically turn us all into good people lah. Basically, people with right action, right mind, right speech, right hearing. Sounds familiar, right? Yes. So in the same way, this man taught us all to sit down, meditate, and find ourselves and find the purpose for ourselves being here. And in that meditation, be able to find our right being, where we will then focus all of our energy towards having right action, right speech, right mind, right actions. So this is what this man stood for. Until today, many scholars from all over the Islamic world, especially the Sufi scholars, would come and visit him. So he is venerated outside Penang, right up to the Middle East in a very big way. I was telling some of the group, the green signboard which says Ya Malikul Mulk, which is one of Allah's names, outside at the top, was put by Sultan Azlan Shah, the former Sultan of Perak. Now, why did he put that there and at this man's grave? So it's because of his contribution to the development of, I would say, spirituality in the region. I would use the word spirituality in a wider sense. Why? If you look at the Penang Heritage Trust signboard out there, it says clearly that the British had no one. So they needed somebody influential in society who was spiritually strong so that they could then, quell their problems as well. So that just kind of like goes to show how back in the day it was about trust. You needed trust from the people. And when you are a master teaching people meditation, the trust is implied, right? And he had never stood for anything worldly in his life, and so everything that he had was for the people. And again, this house behind here was where he used to have these meditational practices. So his disciples would basically also be stationed here and at the masjids around Air Hitam, right up to Lebuh Aceh, yeah? Lebuh Aceh Mosque. And that following kind of like built the early bricks for Islamic society, I suppose, and in terms of how they could contribute back to society. So I'm the grandson of Sheikh Muhammad Ismail. So my grandfather also would owe this man a lot in terms of the whole spiritual side of Islam. Well, you can have rituals, but there would be meaning, spiritual meaning behind these rituals in how they affect yourself to make you a better person. So Sufism, if you like, is all about internalization and telling yourself what to do, but not telling others. Okay? So it's all about retrospection and internalization and self-realization. So yeah, I would use that word, self-actualization and self-realization is finally what they're after, which is why meditation is there, and which is why there's a certain period which is why also you need to have a certain diet, right? So how you take care of your body and how it leads to your spirit and how it affects other people, how it reverberates and resonates with other people would be without words after that. That means I can spread goodness by just being there, by smiling, by not saying anything. And I think the people in this crowd know what I'm talking about. So I must congratulate all of you for being very mature and being able to understand this very well. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Really, thank you. All the way from KL.
Yeah, all the way.
Just-
Yeah.
Just his love for humanity.
Can we take a picture with you in front of the...
Yeah, sure, of course.
In front